Ryan Clark responds to the diabolical firing while on air from ESPN. He says, sending prayers and love to all those laid off by ESPN today. So many of you have poured your life into that company, and I know how you're feeling right now. My hope is as this door closes, another opens for you all. God bless. But while he's being gracious, you got people out there stomping on his grave already. Clay Travis has had a problem with Ryan Clark for years now and celebrated Ryan Clark's firing. He's had problems with what Ryan Clark said about Charlie Kirk, about his takes on Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, for not saying they generational talents. And he couldn't wait for this day to happen to get rid of the stupid, aces, woke media. Well-known columnist Dave Shepard has something to say about this.
What's more unfortunate is the space that we find ourselves in, where people like Clay Travis can come out on his platform and celebrate somebody losing their job. You can disagree with Ryan Clark until the cows come home. You can actually be asked about whether or not you feel like Ryan Clark was the right fit for ESPN as an NFL analyst. And that's all fair game. But to celebrate somebody losing their job, to take joy and to be euphoric about somebody missing out on their livelihood that is still supporting a family, that is still the head of a household, and you're stomping on him while he's down, what do you stand for? What do you stand for, Clay? Like, that's really what you get your rocks off on? Like, that's really what brings you satisfaction and what brings you fulfillment, is somebody losing a job they have had for over a decade to no fault of their own, and you go on this celebratory championship parade like whirlwind. It's sick. It's deplorable. I would say it's almost borderline evil. You can disagree with somebody on their position, and you don't have to like them in their particular role. But to make this a celebratory parade when somebody loses their job, and you take joy in so much euphoria in someone once again having a huge part of their life be destroyed in a matter of hours, and you're there for a victory lap, and you are taking pride in how it was handled, in which he was humiliated? Really? That's how you're going to get likes? That's how you want to get engagement? That's how you want to get clicks? You know, the shame of it is, Clay Travis is actually a talented individual, but he is resorting to getting reaction from the lowest common denominator.
Now, as we all know, that Charlie Kirk situation was a very polarizing event. And Ryan Clark has some things to say about it, which definitely got your boy Clay Travis panties in a bunch. This is what Ryan had to say about that.
First off, it's the second most ridiculous thing he said this week. The first was standing on campus and saying he wanted to put a statue up of somebody that doesn't represent the people of Louisiana, doesn't represent the players and the students at LSU, doesn't represent the executives that work there. That was the first dumb thing he said this week. This is the second dumbest, right? Amongst a lot of dumb things that he says. Scott Woodard, for whatever he is a man who got Jay Johnson, right? Last I checked, the 2025 Louisiana State University Tiger baseball team was in the White House getting the GAT recently, right? He was there in 2019 when it's one of the greatest college football teams of all time. He also was there when he said, you know what, we're going to go out and get Kim Mulkey, right? She brings a championship to the school with Angel Reese and with Flau'jae Johnson. And so to me, this is another situation of politicians poking their nose into things that they don't know about. And I honestly believe it was so he can get in front of a microphone and say, look at this connection I have to the president, and he likes to pick winners so he could placate to somebody he idolizes. You don't know nothing about football. There's enough going on in the state of Louisiana that needs to be fixed for its constituents. Well, I don't need you tweeting on Saturday night about what's going on in Tiger Stadium. There is too many issues happening right there under your nose that ain't got nothing to do with sports. Scott Woodard is a good man. Scott Woodard is a man that cares about LSU. In the greatest times, back in the day, he understood what it was like to be a part of a winner, and he's brought more winners back to the school. He didn't miss because Brian Kelly wasn't capable. He missed because Brian Kelly was no longer willing. Brian Kelly was no longer tapped in. Brian Kelly didn't care if the people of Louisiana cared about him, and he didn't care if the players knew that he cared about them. That's where it went wrong. Not in picking a man who was the winningest all-time coach in Notre Dame history. And so for me, it's emotional, clearly, and it pisses me off, but Scott Woodard deserves to pick the next head coach, and the governor should stay out of it.
So like we said in the first video, man, that truth to power thing is really, really difficult. And it's the road less traveled. Because when you speak out, if it's not what the propaganda machine or not what the narrative that the masses wanted painted, you're going to have a target on you, and they're looking to get you out of there. No question about it. It's just a matter of time. Like I said before, it's happened to a lot of people, including Jalen Rose, when he called out Skip Bayless, right? So we'll see how much further this go. And we'll see if somebody, because Ryan is very talented, very opinionated, very polarizing, very controversial, and that gets clicks and views. And we'll see, like we said, if somebody like Underdog or somebody will sponsor him, or if he'll do his own thing, or if he'll team up with somebody and, keep this thing going, but have full creative control and not have to worry about waking up one day or be doing a show and then find out you out of work. Know what I mean? So let me know what y'all think, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Till next time, it's your boy Dell. Second Take. We out.